So I am show and telling how I create a turkey and stuffing um, dinner. Although today I'm only making the turkey and stuffing um, in memory of my father. And this is my family tradition, how we do a turkey. I don't know how you do a turkey. You may do it different. Or maybe you've never done a turkey before. Well, let me show you how we do it, and maybe you'll like it. So I always choose a turkey that is unseasoned. And when I get it home, I keep it in the freezer. Just before I'm going to cook it, 2 days before, I take it out and let it thaw or defrost in the fridge, only in the fridge. And when it's ready to be cooked, and today is December 10th, I'm ready to cook my dad's favorite meal. Um, you have to prepare your turkey a bit. The first thing I do is take the coating off, the plastic off the turkey, and I wash it. I rinse it in cold water, and you may find some kidneys or liver inside of the pouch. Just pull that package out and make sure you rinse inside the turkey thoroughly. I always give it a rinse with white vinegar too, and then a real thorough cool bath in cool water. And then my turkey is ready for stuffing. And I used to put the stuffing right inside of there. Stuffing is just a breading. It's a bread I made this bread yesterday in my bread machine, and now I'm getting ready to make the stuffing. Stuffing is just bread with a variety of vegetables and seasoning that complements not only turkey, but turkey gravy. Now, I'm going to make the stuffing in a few minutes, and I'll show you how I do that as well. But the first order of business is getting that turkey in the oven. But how long do you cook it for? I preheat my oven to 350, and in all honesty, I do it a lot shorter time than most people. A lot of people just, cook the heck out of the turkey so because they're afraid of getting food poisoning. But I cook it if you want to do it my way, I cook it at 20 minutes a pound. 20 minutes a pound, whatever your weight. And now I don't know if it's in kilo. I get mixed up with all that kilogram stuff. But just remember, it's 20 minutes a pound. And then at the end, you add 30 minutes at 375 degrees. So you just turn it up, and for the last hour, 375, or sorry, 30 minutes. So 20 minutes a pound and 30 minutes at the end, and your turkey will be absolutely perfect. Okay, let's go over to the gravy because, you can't make turkey without thinking about the gravy. You got a lot of things on your mind when you're cooking a turkey dinner at my house. And so as that turkey rests, I will go over and think about my gravy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add carrot, I'm going to add a celery, I'm going to add garlic and onion into that pan with some water and wine. Actually, or if you have a beer, oh my goodness, your turkey gravy loves beer. So if you have a can of beer, put it in because it's got yeast and all the hops. Put a can of beer in that with the veggies. Remember, you're thinking about the gravy, the sauce, right? And it's just as important. People think, oh, we don't care about sauce. Yes, yes, the sauce is going to be great. So I take a big pan like that. I peel and wash my vegetables, put them in the pan, Add some wine or beer. Beer's better. And then a little bit of water, maybe. I would add maybe a a cup of water. And then place your turkey on top of that, which I'll show you at the end how I did that. Whoops, I got this upside down. There you go, just like so. And it's just one onion, one carrot, one celery, and some garlic cloves. You don't, you can do whatever you want with your turkey sauce, but the flavors and the garlic uh, really add to it to me. And garlic is a parasite killer and a healer, so I use a lot of garlic. I don't know about you, but it's just one onion, one carrot, one celery, and one garlic bulb, and and then I'm going to add. Typically, it would be a can of beer, of course, but I don't have any beer, so I've got 1 cup of wine and 1 cup of water. I'm going to put the turkey right on top of this, and then I'm going to smother the turkey in that either beer or wine and water mixture. Let's go. All right, so my turkey is thawed, it is washed, it's cleaned inside and out, and I placed it on top of my basics for a sauce in the gravy. And now I'm ready to give it a rub. And a rub is a spice that you want to smear all over your turkey for flavor. And before I put the rub on is when I put my wine and water mixture right on top, right with the veggies and the turkey. And I'm going to make a rub. I'm going to mix, what do I have here? Poultry season is your main one. Poultry season, you can't go wrong. The more poultry seasoning, the better. I like sage. I like thyme. Maybe a bit of seasoned salt, celery salt, paprika, onion powder, and I mix it all in a bunch of butter. Yeah, that's a butter. That's about a half a cup of butter. And I'm going to mix these spices all within the butter and smear it all over my turkey for the flavor. How's that sound? Now, if you have different ways of doing your turkey, let me know. We all have a history, we have a heritage, and maybe you don't, but maybe you want to learn. And if we share more from our hearts, our own heritage, then maybe we won't lose um, ourselves to artificial stuff. It's not as good. Oh, delicious. Now I know it doesn't look very pretty. It's butter with my spice rub, and I had leftovers, so I just stuffed it in there. Typically, that's where I'll put my breaded stuffing mixture, is stuff it in the turkey, but I'm not doing that this year, and I'm going to show you a way to do it differently. That way, your turkey will not take as long, and two, I don't know, I think it tastes better. A lot of people like to chop up their gizzards and livers and put it in the stuffing. I don't. I don't like it in my stuffing. I want my stuffing to be more of a vegetable potato thing. It's a bread, right? And I don't want that meat in it. It puts a different flavor, a tangier flavor, and I prefer my turkey flavor. So it's ready to go. Now inside of that, you can put a garlic bulb, or just leave a big hole there. It won't take long. I'm going to cover it with tin foil, and I'm going to put the lid on it. There, it's ready to go. And then I'm going to get started on this, and I'll show you how I create the most delicious breaded stuffing. Now it's called stuffing because it's supposed to go inside the turkey, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep it in this pan. I made the bread homemade. You don't have to. You can use any loaf of bread, right? White bread, whole wheat bread. And in a few moments, I'll show you how that's done. And again, you can add your liver and your gizzards and all that to any part of this meal if you are so inclined. I am not, but I will cook it up. I'm going to give it to the cats because I don't eat it. That's the honest truth. I can't eat the gizzards and liver and crap like the organs, but I will chop it up and give it to the cats. And let's get to the stuffing. Okay, ready for stuffing. Now, if I haven't made myself clear, I think I should. Um, Food safety is the number one thing. Make sure that you're keeping your kitchen clean and organized if you're making a turkey dinner. And you can go ahead and ask for help. Yeah, get the kids to chop up some vegetables. They love to chop up the bread. Just put it into little um, pieces of joy for the kids. Give them something to do so that they can feel they're contributing to a beautiful meal. And do make a big deal around a turkey dinner because it is a celebration. We don't have turkey very often, maybe 2 or 3 times a year in Canada, anyway. I don't know about where you're from, but that's, not really a lot. Now I'm doing it just for me and packaging up meals I'm an old lady and I make TV dinners out of whatever I create in my kitchen, really. So today I'm creating my home style turkey dinner with stuffing that I'm not going to stuff in the turkey this time. But I also am low on my celery, so I'm going to have to use extra onion and I'm going to have to go for some other vegetables for color. And also, I'm going to add the same spices that I used in my sauce, in my gravy. All right? So use whatever you like in your um, breading for your turkey. Or if you're starting to get the idea that it's a breading that goes really hand in hand with turkey in the traditional family way, English style. All right, time to start chopping. All right, so today we're making just the turkey and the stuffing, and it's a vegetable stuffing. Um, and it's not being stuffed in the turkey today. So I'm veering off the regular tradition, I've got to be honest. But you can go back and stuff your turkey with this stuffing if you want. My problem is I didn't have enough celery. And I had to change the whole recipe basically because what you really need for a really good stuffing is you need the loaf of bread and you need to saute, I'd say, a cup and a half of onion and a cup and a half of celery in butter. Saute it. Just allow it to slowly um, get soft, right? Before you put it in with the bread, you want to soften your celery and onion. Now you can see I've added other things. I've added peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, even chili peppers. I've added garlic. But that's because I know what I'm doing, sort of, I know it's going to be a vegetable stuffing, and I know what I like, right? And I know what goes well together. And sometimes that takes practice, and sometimes you just know. The one rule I have in my kitchen is always have fun and allow yourself to experiment and make mistakes because that's how we learn. We make mistakes, right? And letting the kids come and play or involving the family is part of the joy. And so organizing and making sure, because this is hard work too, and I'm not kidding myself, it is hard work, especially for a busy family and mother. So get people to do different chores around the turkey dinner and let them play too. You know, you can pass down whatever you love to do to your children. They are watching anyway, and they're going to live the way you live. And they're going to care about what you care about. They're going to love their childhood when they're older. Typically, we don't really love our childhood until we're older and we think back to, you know, some of the family traditions around holidays. Now, I want to remind people I celebrate Christmas every day. I do not wait one day a year, no. And so I will have a turkey whenever I want. And I am trying to fill my freezer with more TV dinners. I don't have a family to cook this for. And it doesn't matter if you don't have a family. Go ahead and get a turkey and make some TV dinners. Put some love into what you're doing because you are worth it. You're worth taking the time. And it does take time. And it takes the appreciation of using your human senses because we don't have human senses on the other side. Now I'm going to add poultry seasoning, thyme to my sauteed vegetables like my turkey. It's going to have same similar flavors. There we go. Now, spices, butter, celery and onion, garlic. I put peppers in mine this time. Now, if you have another beer, you're really going to bring this alive. I'd put a whole can of beer in this too, but I don't, so I'm going to try wine. That's some wine. You know, the smell of the alcohol with the vegetables, I don't know. It does something. It does something real special. And it's cooked off. It's very safe. Even alcoholics can have it because the alcohol is cooked off whenever it's heated up like this. There we go. I'm going to add it to my breading soon. Now, this is the part where I part company with a lot of people. They put their gizzards or liver in there too. And listen, be my guest. It's not for me. But I can see if you like liver and gizzards and things, that would be really good in this. It would. But I don't like it myself, so do as you feel. And we all come with different senses, don't we? We come with a different heritage, we come with a different background. And sometimes our backgrounds are really limited. And maybe we weren't raised on homemade food or different foods completely. And you want to try new foods, foreign foods from around the world, and expand your palate a little bit. Well, you just follow what other people are doing and then add to um, your own creative ideas. This is what life is about. It really is. It's about enjoying your human senses and appreciation of what we have to make ourselves very happy and very healthy. My masterpiece today. Now I'm off course, but um, do you have frozen cranberries at home? I have frozen cranberries. I don't like jellied cranberries. A lot of people like cranberry with the turkey and stuffing. I know you'll hear a lot about that. I don't like the jelly. So I put in fresh cranberries. By the way, cranberries are, what are they called? Anti, I don't know, antibiotic, basically. They are very good for you. If women have bladder infections, they go to cranberry juice. Cranberries are very healing and healthy, but I like to put a few on top of my vegetable stuffing. And again, I'll add that you can add bacon or you can add the liver and gizzards if you want. I always make sure I add a beer or some wine for the flavoring, as well as poultry seasoning, salts. Do it to your taste and make sure you're tasting and it's good for you, that you like what you're creating. If you're making stuff and you don't like it, that's no good. Make sure that you're creating what you do like and expanding on what you do like. Now I'm going to put a piece of tin foil over this, put it in the fridge, and when my turkey's done, I will put this in the oven at 375 for about an hour. And I'll see how it turns out. It may need a little longer. Be prepared to adjust. And you don't always have to go by the book. Sometimes we make the most mistakes going by books when you can let yourself be free and try something new. So here we are. It's my dad's anniversary of crossing over, and I have created a turkey dinner with a vegetable stuffing. And tomorrow I'll make my vegetables. Typically, with a turkey dinner in my family, we had Brussels sprouts or we had broccoli with a cheese sauce. We had mashed potatoes, and we had green jelly with cabbage and carrot in it. I don't know. It was in a fish mold. I don't know what that was all about, but it was green jelly in a fish mold and with cabbage and carrots. So you can add cranberry sauce, a little bit of that beside your turkey. Um, it's a very uh, probably we did the same thing every year. And this year things are a little bit different. I don't have the supplies I've usually had on hand, and I've had to make some personal adjustments um, by keeping a positive mental attitude and keep going. As my dad says, you just keep going. And that's what I'm here to teach and show and tell to any students that want to learn about that. That's what I teach. I teach from my heart. I teach from my family tradition. And I teach because what I've learned here is not worthy of me continuing to learn. I rather discover life. And I really encourage everyone to discover life. You can go to school and you can learn life from a teacher or a book, or you can discover life at home and watch your parents and watch your grandparents and watch your children and let them play too, so that they will grow up and be just like you. Bye for now. While you're waiting for the turkey to cook in the oven, there's often snacking going on during the day. And this is a traditional snack of crackers and cheese and pickles, olives, and you can add sausage, chip and dip, and beer or wine, but I have chicken noodle soup and tea. I am reliving my childhood and restoring my sensibilities on what is important. And what's important is family and tradition. And there we have it. And that was cooked at I believe it was $3.75 for 2 hours and 20 minutes based on the amount of pounds. And so just 20 minutes a pound, and then 30 minutes with the lid off so that you can brown the skin. And look at all that sauce that came from it. And I'm going to be able to pull those legs off and wings off and put them into baggies in my freezer and eat them at my own leisure. And I'll slice some of this up and keep it as, turkey for any time. And I'll make packages of TV dinners made of my turkey. All for, I think the whole thing cost $22. And then I put the cranberry sage stuffing in the oven, and I've got it in there for an hour at 325. I'm going to check and make sure that's right. You got to just check. I can't remember really what to put it at. And what I'll have is my turkey, my stuffing, and my sauce is all done today. Delicious. I hope you enjoy turkey dinner your way. This was my way, and it really made my day. It really made my day of grief and missing my father and family happy, because bringing back happy memories from childhood is a good idea when you're feeling down. Remember, keep going. This is a crazy world, but if you keep going and use your senses to play, discover, do crafts, do music, cook, but most of all, be an example for your children, because you are, whether you know it or not. So if you're just sitting around being miserable and mental, they're watching. Bye for now.